what I would have done with those birds, we would have been jumping off the top of the buildings. I've got just a row of crows just down my arms. I'm just floating. They're all con. Ah! Ah! I'm sitting there. Alright, so boom, right? I'm back with the Twitter installment, right? I've been tweeting. And just recently I made a video about what I was tweeting before, and then I started tweeting again, and so we're back, right? With tweets like, what if armpit hair grew longer and faster so we could braid it and use it as a defense mechanism? Hashtag genius. My idea here was if I had to make a change to the armpits, it would either be wings or make armpit hair crazy, and then we could use it as like imagine, right? My armpit hair grew like crazy, and then I'm sitting over here, wacha, 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 and the shit's whipping. It's like wacha, wacha. Please strap in. And so that's what I was thinking. Or I was thinking like this, right? Come here. What if our armpit hair grew, right? And then it wrapped around us to give extra chest and back armor. Like if you had just like a layer around your upper body of just hard ass armpit hair. Sure, people on average would get stinkier, but it ain't no thing but a chicken wing, right? Now, what the fuck was that Backrooms movie? I got comments on here. Listen, this Backroom movie, it was... God, how do I say this? The Backrooms movie was... It was very, Like, it was... I thought it was good. One thing I liked about the Backrooms movie is that whenever he was in the Backrooms, you didn't know what was finna happen. Because there was, like, no direction, I guess. And, like, you didn't know... And, like, the Backrooms, it was so unpredictable, which is what it needed to be. And then, like, you wouldn't know what would happen. And so I watched the movie, and at the end, it was fucking confusing. And then I put this on my Twitter, and this nigga says, Monarch MK Ultra mind control programming. The guy at the end was the Fed handler, and Clark was the MK asset. What the fuck is he talking about? Monarch MK Ultra mind control programming. The guy at the end was the Fed handler, and Clark was the MK asset. What the fuck? He sounds just as confused as me. This is what confused people who try to act like they're not confused sound like. He don't know what's going on. He just thinks he knows what's going on and tries to educate me about what's going on. That nigga don't know. Anyways, Joshua Smith said the shit was ass. So are the Bengals though, so I'm playing. No, I'm not. He said shit was ass. I can definitely see how people think the movie was bad or how people didn't like it because, like, right, but it's my type of horror, to be honest. Like, I like horror like that. When the shit's just, like, a little strange and a lot of it just plays in your mind, kinda, as they say. Actually, I'm the only one who says that. But yeah, anyways, bathrooms are not a place to converse. Please don't talk to me. Hashtag fed up. I got a story about this one. I was in Red Robin. I was in Red Lobster 6 hours ago. Not even 6 hours ago, 7 hours ago. And I go to the bathroom after chowing down on some crab legs with the Old Bay and anyways. And I go to like there was a dude. He was at the urinal. And there was only 2 urinals, so I go to the stall. I'm not trying to pee next to him. He probably don't want to pee next to me. I go to the stall. I take my wee. I come out. He's still washing his hands. He's slow as shit, right? I go to wash my hands, and he's like, what does he say? He said something along the lines of, like, good food. And he was like, I'm full. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, he just seemed so nice, right? And he already started to converse, so I was like, what'd you have? And then he was like, oh, I had 2 different kinds of shrimp. And mind you, this nigga's like, he's old. He's extremely old. And I expect him to ask what I had, but he just leaves. So, I don't know. I was kind of angry he didn't answer me back. Maybe that's why I meant. Maybe, yep. Okay, next one. Just won my first run in Balatro. I could jerk off to this screen. Listen, brother, that game is so fun. Balatro. If you don't know what Balatro is, it's a poker roguelike. So like, if you've ever played Risk of Rain, Enter the Gungeon, Elden Ring, Night Rain, like things where you got runs and you go in and everything's random. It's like that, but it's with poker. And I had won my first run, and I got a little bricked. So I said, I could jerk off to the screen because I could. And then look, this is a double entendre. I'm gonna read this to you because just got 1 million in one hand. I beat it again, right? Signaling that I beat the game again, but then also signaling that I beat my shit again, because I just got 1 million in one hand. Which, I mean, the shit was crazy. I had like 9 jokers, and I played you don't care. Y'all think anybody ever hit a hearse, like on the road, like rear-ended them, then got depressed, committed, and then got their hearse hit? Hashtag wondering. So my idea for this was, right, imagine someone's having a bad day, and they're not paying attention to this road, and they hit a hearse, they rear-end a hearse, and then boom, you ruin someone's funeral. You go home, you're already having a bad day, you're very depressed, right? Things break down, which don't ever do this, and they commit suicide. Do not ever do this, please. Please. But then, after that, they're in the hearse, passed away and whatnot, and they're about to go to their funeral, and then somebody else having a bad day, not paying attention, rear-ends their hearse. So it all started with somebody rear-ending a hearse, and then it ended with somebody rear-ending a hearse. And you want to know what the difference is? Why the second guy didn't commit suicide? He had a dog. That's what it was. He had a dog. He had a puppy at home, waiting for him to come home and give him pets. That's the difference. That's the separator. Oh, who to follow page? Let's see who it tells me to follow. Validate. Not impersonating any. Powered by rainbet.com. Bunny. VTuber. ADHD, Red Bull, Fueled Gamer, Australian, and yes, time zone, probably in a subathon. Okay, great. And from Z. Not impersonating anyone. Damn, bruh. Anyways, okay, here we go. Listen, I made a video about reading my comments. Right after I made that video, I got this comment. I really wish this was in that video, but I feel like it kind of needed its own section, so I put it in here. Got this comment on my YouTube vid today. Hashtag wow. It's from Tickle Toucher version 89. For the first time in my life, I felt tears of joy, grace my face. I was not the one doing the tickling, I was the one being tickled just from this one video. Thank you for all you do. I owe you my life, and as long as I live, I will always be grateful to you. My life is at peace. I was once the Tickle Toucher version 89, but now I'm just the Toucher version 89. Thank you for everything. I have never felt more joy in my life. I no longer want to touch myself to femboys constantly, and you are the reason. Thank you, truly. Thank you. And so, Tickle Toucher just poured his heart out to me. So what do I say to Tickle Toucher? I love you. Because Tickle Toucher just put it all on the table to tell me that I changed his life. So why would I not reciprocate that? In this type of passion that Tickle Toucher has for touching himself to femboys, and now Tickle Toucher doesn't have to touch themselves? I mean, that's great for me. Because now, am I Tickle Toucher version 90 now? Because of this? Probably not. Could I be, though? I do now have the qualifications to be Tickle Toucher version 90, I think. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, man, Tickle Toucher, if Tickle Toucher watches, this video was about how I love Chili's, by the way, I think. If Tickle Toucher is watching this video right here, Tickle Toucher, DM me. DM me. See, now this tweet right here was weak. Put me in Mortal Kombat with Katana on the sideline. I'm going undefeated. About to start pulling out forbidden moves, talking about some Hadouken. And see, so like, this just isn't the tweet to tweet. Like, this sentiment is real. But it's the type of thing you say out loud. Because, like, you scroll past this and you're like, yeah, he's just stupid. Right? Instead of, but Katana is bad in every lifetime. In every lifetime, I mean this. But what I'm saying is, like, this shouldn't be something you read. This should be something you hear. So I'm saying it right now. You put me in Mortal Kombat with Katana on the sideline. I'm doing everything I can not to lose that battle. I'm hitting niggas with some crazy shit like Hadouken or Shoryuken or fucking Kamehameha. You know what I'm saying? With Katana fine ass on the sideline, I'm not losing to nobody. I'm not losing to Raiden. I'm not losing to Liu Kang. I'm not losing to Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Shao Kahn. Put any of them up there. And so that's how it's supposed to sound, right? But since I tweeted it, instead of saying it, it didn't sound that way. Another shout out to Tickle Toucher. Oh my goodness, I gotta tell you about this. Slowly becoming these birds master by filling the bird feeder only when they can see me. Listen, I was home alone. My mom and sister were in Mexico. And I was making burgers. Second night I was alone. And the birds were outside of the bird feeder, wishing it was full. So what did I do? I filled the bird feeder in front of them. They emptied it. I filled it again in front of them. Next day, there's 17 birds in our backyard. I was creating a bird army. And then I asked mom to buy more bird feeder, and she didn't buy any more bird feeder. But what I would have done with those birds, what I would have done with those birds, we would have been jumping off the top of the buildings. I've got just a row of crows just down my arms. I'm just floating. They're all con. I'm sitting there. Prepare for my arrival, worm. Right? So that's the type of shit I was on when I made this. I would have been in that bitch. If anybody would have made an enemy of me, I'd turn like this and be like, ew, ew. That'd be my bird call. And they'd all come swoop down behind me, right? And we'd have different calls for different things. If I just wanted them to execute whoever was my enemy, if I just wanted them to take them out, then they'd all just swoop down, pick them up, fly really high. And the rest is history, man. Don't mess with me and my birds. Word up. Anyways, what percentage of people do you think have been masturbated to? Hashtag wondering. My criteria for this is, out of all the people 18 plus in the world, how many of those people, there's probably about, 5 billion of them? 6 to 5 billion of them, right? Out of all those people, what percent, I'd say 55, have been masturbated to? No, not 55. Not 55, higher. Like an 80. Because no, because there's only like so many, so I think 55 is a good number. Because you got like you got anybody who's been in couples, probably, depending on the situation. And then you got some motherfuckers out there putting up numbers by themselves, just going to anybody. And then, so it's like, I'd say 55 is probably the ballpark percent, but you never know, man. Okay, this one. Just finished Akame ga Kill ... Damn. Akame ga Kill is an anime about these assassins taking down a corrupted government, and everybody in the assassin group dies except one person. So that's, I was hoping more people would see this and then share my sorrow, but they didn't. Fuck y'all. What should I buy with $100? No wrong answer. I got a new capture card and I got Dr. Pepper and a Eminem a blast from Sonic, I think. Right? I got an Eminem blast. I did get a capture card. It's right there. Testing out today, by the way. And yeah. Oh, look. I've wanted to talk about this. The whole you're 5 inches in someone and someone else is 5 inches in you thing is stupid. Hear me out. It should be someone is 5 inches in your mouth and the other is 5 inches in your ass. Are you gonna suck dick or throw that ass back? The idea here is when you're 5 inches in somebody, right? You're already in. So if you're already in, right? Like you can, like, how do I say this? How do I say this without sounding weird? I don't think I can, so fuck it. You're already being like stimulated in a sense, right? So if somebody's got a wiener on your tongue and then in the crack, right? Pause. That's lose-lose. I'm sorry. I think winking is hereditary, not like if you can or not, but like how often. My mother winks a lot, so therefore I do as well. I had this thought, right? I was in the bathroom to myself. I was doing my morning routine. I showered, brushed my teeth, shaved, and I was growling at myself, whatnot. I was checking myself out in the mirror and whatnot. And then I realized, like, and then on my way to leave, I hit one of these. I hit hello. And then I scurried off. And so the idea is that because my mother winks a lot, which she does for some reason, weirdo, I then have an instinct to wink. Because my mother winks consistently. But hey, I don't know. Dodo bird would have tasted wonderful deep fried. Yes, it would have. I've always had this thought. Dodo birds expired. That's not the right word. Not that long ago. They were like the last. They were like not that long ago. So if you got some deep fried dodo bird with some nice lemon pepper seasoning on there, some salt, some pepper, deep fried in the flour with the egg, and oh my god, with the oil. Oh shit. I'm thinking, you know how everything tastes like chicken when people describe it? It just tastes like chicken. It just right? I think that all came from dodo bird. I think chicken tastes like dodo bird or tries. So if you just had dodo bird instead of chicken, boom, Disney, you got dodo bird, right? So yep. Oh, I had sex before. Do we watch? Fuck it, we'll watch this one. But I'd say the number one feeling. But I'd say the number one feeling sex would have to be the best feeling is 1, getting money, and 2, itching your ear with a Q-tip. I'm saying, like, a good ear itch with the Q-tip have me in the bathroom hitting that motherfucker like, ugh. On God. You know, I've never had. And see, this individual right here is very intelligent. Just the way he goes about dialogue and thinking about things, you can just sort of tell the intellect that this individual possesses, and you know. But that really explained all I need to be. Itching your ear is the best thing ever. Ladies. Whenever I see a female tattoo artist, 90% of the time, they are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen consistently. If I look up a picture of a tattoo artist, female, 90% of those pictures would be in the top 15% of beauty among women. I'm telling you. I don't know if it's just my type or it's just something with tattoo artists or but brother, you know, Hey, Mito, like.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
I mean. Anyways, moving on. Tramp stamps are like slutty billboards. Okay. Like a tramp stamp is when you have a tattoo on your lower back, so there's something to look at when getting back shots. So it's sort of like a slutty billboard. Or maybe billboard's not the right word, because it's not advertising nothing. Maybe it's like, you know, a screensaver? Like that one, right? Potentially. Or like when you throw, I don't know. I think screensaver is the right analogy. Wind really be hating, I step outside Quick Trip and see a baddie, and then boom, wind go on and expose my big ass forehead. Now, I don't, like, look. I'm a banger. I got bangs, right? But I'm also a sexy nigga. No more bangs. Less sexy of a nigga, right? And so, what I'm saying is that the wind's like hitting me. And then the wind's hitting my eyes, right? So it's hitting me, and I'm going like this, and I'm blinking. I look insane. And then I step outside the Quick Trip. Got a Dr. Pepper, right? Got me some M&Ms, right? Old shorty come by, booty just moving like jello. Old shorty come by, moving like jello. And boom, the wind hit me. Damn! Blinking, the shit, damn! And so that was the experience that I'm talking about here. Anybody else growl in the mirror because your beard reminds you of a lion's mane? I'm sorry. You know what? Yeah, report me. Report me. I'm sorry. You got it. Okay, that's the end. Okay. Those are my tweets, man. Shout out to Twitter, man. Twitter will be in the description, man. I'm a big tweeter. Listen, this shit's fun. Because it's like, you know what it is? I talk to myself in my head, right? What? All the questions, like, listen, this is how it is. I ask questions about the world, and then I debunk them in my own head. Recently, instead of doing that, I've asked the question and then threw that shit on Twitter. Anybody else growl in the mirror because your beard reminds you of a lion's mane? My own head would be like, fuck nah, you dumbass. But on Twitter, right, the shit sounds like a joke to everybody else. But to me, it's the real thing. I'm not lying here. I haven't lied once this whole time. And hey, man, if you like this video, go check out the first Twitter installment, man. It's okay, man. We love you, man. It's whatever, man.